The cutest darn squids you'll ever see have made their way to the Nintendo Switch in Squids Odyssey by developer The Game Bakers. Available now for $14.99 on the Wii U, 3DS, and now the Switch with a 20% discount as a 2-week launch special. Those who own Fury can also look forward to an additional 15% discount, and vice versa, those who own Squids Odyssey get 15% off Fury. It's a nice little incentive to pick up both great titles. It's always interesting for me to see how some game developers are able to create very different titles. On one hand, we've got the tough as nails boss gauntlet that is Fury. And on the other, we have the more accessible and certainly more adorable, tactical, turn-based RPG, Squids Odyssey. The game tells the story of an oceanic world thrown into chaos by black ooze and an imposing squid known simply as Baron. It's told via hand-drawn static images over which characters exchange dialogue, and there's no voice acting, which seems like a missed opportunity. I kind of imagine the gurgling noise the squids and penguins of Madagascar use. Moving on, you'll gather up a gang of unlikely heroes to save the day. The plot isn't the most original, but it's good enough reason to want to fight. Gameplay, on the other hand, is quite unique. Though the game is a strategy title, there's no grid to be found here. Instead, it makes use of the touchscreen and allows you to get hands-on with your squids, pulling them back and releasing to launch them like one would a slingshot. This is a tried-and-true method on propulsion in portable games like Angry Birds, but in this case, you have the freedom of movement to explore the battlefield. It's worth noting that the touchscreen controls are a little imprecise, especially since you moving out of bounds results in the death of that squid. I found that using the Joy-Cons was easier and more precise in terms of slingshot power. In order to attack, your squid needs to be launched directly at the enemy. Collisions with obstacles and other squids result in greater damage. You can also knock an enemy off of the level, as mentioned, but when doing so, you must be careful that you don't fall over yourself. Squids Odyssey strongly adheres to its ocean theme, and you'll fight your way through coral reefs and the like against crabs and shrimp and other sea dwellers. Stages have different gimmicks to them, like urchins, which damage anyone who comes into contact with them, and slipstreams, which help you move yourself or an object or enemy more quickly across the field. There are also chests, which can be looted for pearls, the game's currency, and consumable items, as well as hats that will be unlocked in the shop. Hats that are unlocked still need to be purchased using pearls. Members of your squid squad fall into one of 4 classes. Scouts. Scouts can travel exceptional distances at the cost of HP and defense. Be careful not to let them get too far ahead of the rest of the party because they can't take a hit. Special skills and additional boost. Trooper, the tankiest class. Able to take a hit at the cost of agility. Their special attack is an AoE ground pound that knocks enemies away. Shooters, the glass cannons of the game that have the highest range. For best results, fight from a distance and knock enemies onto obstacles and off ledges. Special skill allows you to shoot, which pushes the enemy back some distance. Last, we have healers. Just as the name suggests, these can heal by being flung into other squids. They are not suited for combat. Each stage has 3 objectives: Secret, Star, Survival, and Speed. The Secret Star can be found by thoroughly exploring the stage, Survival by not letting a single squid die, and Speed by completing a stage in a set number of turns. These can be more and more difficult to achieve in one go as you progress through the chapter, but they can be completed whenever, meaning you'll have to replay the stage if you miss one. Any time between stages, you're able to manage your team. By using the pearls you pick up during combat, you're able to level up your squids in addition to purchasing gear in the form of hats. The transfer power button allows hats to be used purely for vanity, which is a nice touch. I thought my squids looked pretty awesome. The game has some replay value in that you can go back and try to get all the stars in a location, and there are bonus stages where you can net some pearls, but as those are optional, it's entirely up to whether or not you are willing. I personally am not the type to pursue a perfect 3-star score unless there's some trophies involved, but maybe you are. Final verdict, recommended. Squids Odyssey is challenging and charming, albeit flawed. With a little patience and planning, however, you'll be able to ride the waves of this adventure. It's fun in short bursts, and its longevity will depend on how much you take away from flinging squids across the battlefield. If you're a strategic veteran or just a casual fan, there's enough content here to justify the asking price. And if you're quick, you can get that 2-week launch discount. I've been Dawn for Needtoknow Gamers. Stay in the know.